Welcome to my channel Akant Education Center. মৰমৰ ছাত্ৰ-ছাত্ৰীসকল, মই আজি তোমালোকৰ বাবে দ্য লাষ্ট লেসন নামৰ গল্পটোৰ পৰা 2 মাৰ্কছৰ আৰু কেইটামান খুব ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট কুৱেশ্যন দি আছোঁ। তোমালোকে কুৱেশ্যন কেইটা মুখস্থ কৰি ল'বা। নিশ্চয় আগন্তুক 2026 চনৰ এইচএছ ফাইনেল এক্সামিনেশ্যনৰ কাৰণে এই কুৱেশ্যনবিলাক খুব ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হ'ব। এটা কুৱেশ্যন চোৱা, what was M. Hammel's opinion about French language? Or a question to enquiry দিব পাৰে, what are M. Hammel's view about French language? The answer to enquiry হ'ব, according to M. Hammel, French was the most beautiful language in the world. It was the clearest and the most logical language. It should be guarded among themselves and never forgotten by the French people. A question to মুখস্থ কৰি ল'বা। Next এটা question কৈছোঁ, what was commotion that France anticipated? Anticipated শব্দটো নিদি পেলাই here to দিব পাৰে in the classroom. Answer to হ'ব, the commotion that France anticipated was the great bustle which could be heard from the street. The bustle was the opening and closing of desks, lesson repeated in unison, and the teacher's great ruler rapping on the table. এইকেইটাই হুলস্থুল হৈছিল, এইবিলাক হুলস্থুল ৰাস্তাৰ পৰা শুনা গৈছিল। নেক্সট ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট কুৱেশ্যন কৈছোঁ, why was the lesson called the last lesson? Or a question to নাইবা এনেকৈ দিব পাৰে, justify the title of the last lesson. Answer to হ'ব, the lesson was called the last lesson because German would be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine by the new master who was supposed to come on the next day. M. Hammel was leaving school for good with a heavy heart. A question to খুব important. Next এটা question দি আছোঁ, what had been put up in the bulletin board? Answer to হ'ব, the news had been put up in the bulletin board that all the bad news for the last 2 years and an order had come from Berlin. German language was imposed on the people of Alsace and Lorraine. Now the German teacher will teach German to the French speaking people. Next 10 number at a question, what lesson do you learn from the story the last lesson? Last lesson নামৰ গল্পটোৰ পৰা তোমালোকে কি শিকিলা? Or questionটো এনেকৈ দিব পাৰে, what message does the writer want to convey to the readers through the last lesson? খুব important question এইটো। The writer has to define a definite message to convey to his reader through M. Hammel. He wants to express pride in one's language. Greatness of French language is highlighted. The lesson arouses patriotic feelings. It makes the readers aware that they must safeguard their language. A question to খুব ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট। এইবিলাক কিন্তু ইমান ইলাবৰেট লিখা হোৱা নাই, এইবিলাক অলপ শ্বৰ্ট কৰি লিখা হৈছে, দুটা পইণ্ট লিখা হৈছে, দুটা পইণ্টৰ কাৰণে 2 মাৰ্কছ, এইটো লিখিবই লাগিব। নেক্সট ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট কুৱেশ্যন দি আছোঁ, why did M. Hammel get angry with did not M. Hammel get angry with friends for being late? অৰ্থাৎ লিটল ফ্ৰেঞ্চে স্কুলত পলমকৈ যোৱাৰ M. Hammel খং কৰা নাছিল কিয়? খুব ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট। M. Hammel did not get angry with France for being late because he was much disturbed by news that came from Berlin. Bigger issues had gripped his mind. ইয়াত gripped মানে তাৰ মনত খামচি ধৰিছিল। He ignored France's being late and went on with his lesson. তেওঁ লিটল ফ্ৰেঞ্চ পলমকৈ আহিছে এই কথাটো ইগন'ৰ কৰিছিল। ইগন'ৰ কৰি তেওঁ যিটো পাৰ্ট আছিল সেই পাৰ্টটোৰ প্ৰতি তেওঁ মনোযোগ দিছিল, যাৰ কাৰণেই তেওঁ খং কৰা নাছিল। লিটল ফ্ৰেঞ্চ পলমকৈ আহিলেও খং কৰা নাছিল। 12 নম্বৰ এটা কুৱেশ্যন খুব ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট, who was responsible for not learning French's lesson, or who was responsible for French's inability to learn his lesson. Or এইটো আকৌ দিব পাৰে এনেকৈ, why did M. Hamel not blame Franz alone for his inability to learn? লিটল ফ্ৰেঞ্চে যে তেওঁৰ পাঠটো শিকিব নোৱাৰিছিল তাৰ কাৰণে এম হেমেলে বেলেগক দায়ী কৰিছিল আৰু ৰেছপনচিবল তেওঁ নাছিল। অৰ্থাৎ লিটল ফ্ৰেঞ্চে অকল ৰেছপনচিবল এনেকুৱা নহয়, কোন কোন ৰেছপনচিবল আছিল এইটো কুৱেশ্যন খুব ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট। M. Hamel did not blame Franz alone for his inability to learn his lesson. He blamed the parents who preferred their children to work on a farm for meals to earn some more money. M. Hamel also blamed himself for giving the students holiday and asked them to water his flowers. Here দুটা পয়েন্ট দেওয়া হয়েছে। Next এটা question, what was Franz expected to be prepared with for school that day? Yet answer to both. Little Franz was expected to be prepared with lesson on participles that day. M. Hamel said that he would question them on participle. Next at a question, why did Franz want to spend the day out of doors? Yet answer to both. Franz wanted to spend the day out of doors because he did not prepare his lesson on participles. He did not know the single word about participles. এইকেইটা কুৱেশ্যন ইয়াত 14টা টোটেল 14টা কুৱেশ্যন দিয়া হ'ল। এইটো আমাৰ পাৰ্ট 2 যাব, গতিকে ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীসকল তোমালোকে এইটো খুব মনোযোগেৰে পঢ়ি ল'বা আৰু পঢ়িলে ইয়াৰ পৰা নিশ্চয় তোমালোকে দুটা কুৱেশ্যন পাবাই। আৰু 14টা কুৱেশ্যন দিয়া হ'ল, 14 কুৱেশ্যনৰ ভিতৰত তোমালোকে দুটা কুৱেশ্যন আহিবই। খুব ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট কুৱেশ্যন দিয়া হ'ল, গতিকে তোমালোকে এইখিনি পঢ়িবা, পঢ়িলে নিশ্চয় তোমালোকে উপকৃত হ'বা।